And we are good to go. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another ReZero reaction. A little late, just a little, not too much. I am pretty late on my Bleach reaction. I actually have to do that after this once again. Mainly just because I was so caught up with shit, and honestly, so tired this week that I just kind of sat there and I'm like, you know what? I'll wait. Right? I was possibly gonna do it yesterday, but then I was just like, nah. I'll do it today. It's easier. But welcome back. We're back with more Arc 5. This is probably one of the episodes I've been looking forward to the most because reading this, reading what this episode has, and I read the web novel, so I don't know, not necessarily don't know some of it, but some of this I know with Regulus. I did actually see is in the end of the second volume, light novel wise. But in the web novel, this was in the third volume. This was not in the second. The second ended with what they're going to show with Capella, who I will also get to in a minute. Um, but this was, I remember, super fucking intense to read in the web novel, like so much to a point where I finished off the chapter and I'm like, all right, I'm going to bed. Right when I originally read it, I was like, I'm going to bed. Read that, great, cool, fantastic, right? And then I'm just lying there in bed, sitting there going, why they gotta end it there? Like it felt like such an intense moment. And I'm just like, how do we even recover from this, right? How do we get out of this situation? I am praying that this episode ends the same way. I get the feeling it might not, but I am praying it partially does because, dude, when it ends with a cliffhanger like that, it's so damn good because you're wondering what the fuck is happening, right? I can't wait. And in regards to Capella and all that, because that's the main focus, and like that I'm mentioning with the whole tension and everything. Um, I did notice once again. I was not surprised, but because I expected it, so I looked it up. And yeah, the main channel video talking about Capella is once again being viewed thanks to this episode. And I did want to make this note because here's the thing: there's a shit ton of people in the world, and as a result, me saying anything might not equate to shit, right? Me saying something about it, it might not matter because the people who might need to hear it might not. But if somehow my voice can reach enough people with this is what matters to me. That video on my main channel talking about Capella and everything. I mean, hell, people might end up seeing it by searching her name up or something like that. Um, Personal recommendation for anybody who might be anime only or whatever it may be, or another sort of category in terms of like light novel and stuff like that that I'll get to in a moment. Personal recommendation for anybody who might see that video or might watch it or something. I make an obvious spoiler warning in the start, but I'm also just gonna kind of give the warning here, even though it's on a completely separate video. Don't watch it, right? I am not gonna put my greed over, having like views and people watching and all this sort of shit, over the idea of somebody's experience being ruined because they watch the video, right? That this blind experience for the series, all because they clicked on that and watched it. Don't right? Don't click on it. Don't watch it, right? I want to avoid spoiling people as much as possible, and everything like that, right? And I do love to have people interact with videos and tell me their own theories and all this sort of stuff. That's really fun. That's what makes those type of videos fun. But it is the problem of I don't also want to be the reason that people find out about shit, right? The only exception I will say to that rule of like, not watching it, the only scenario where I would say you could watch it is solely if you have read the latest English light novel volume. I don't know what it is like for other countries and stuff like that, if they're way ahead. I know some are, right? If you've read the latest English volume, which some people might hear and be like, wow, that's like probably a lot of work. No, actually, the latest English volume, because it took a while for these to even come out, is pretty much at the end of the next arc. So it's actually not that far ahead. So if you've read up to there, I would say that's the bare minimum for that sort of video. And then if you've at least read up to like the second or third volume of Arc 7, which is the arc after that, you're good. You're good. You're completely safe to watch that. I think that's the warning I give in at the start of the video is watching up to roughly that volume. of arc 7, like whether it's second or third. Um, but yeah, if you've read up to there, you're good. You're fine. You don't have to worry about shit. I just wanted to preface that because it's like it's kind of a thing of like I always worry when I see views that are right. I worry about like what people may end up seeing in the video, and I'm like, oh shit, I don't want them, viewing something that they shouldn't, and then they get spoiled and all this. I hate doing spoilers and shit like that, right? I saw that with like Al the other day, or not Al, Priscilla, is like people were talking about certain things that happened later, and I'm just like, dude, shut the fuck up. Don't tell anime only is about shit that happens later. That's fucked up, right? Don't do that. Like it's such. I don't get the mindset. I don't get the mindset of being like, oh well, like you're not ready for later where all this stuff happens, and it's like, why are you telling them that? Now they know. I don't know. Anyways, regardless of that, I'm talking a decent bit. We already know that by now. I talk a lot with these reactions. If you're surprised by that, this might be the first time, in which case, welcome. But, anyways, with that said, let's set up all this stuff. Let's get it ready. Get this one ready. All right. I'm gonna tab into my video, and then we do 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So yeah, I'm very excited to see this. Let me just move this over. Because this is what like the stuff from later. So I'm curious if they added anything in regards to this. Oh, dude, the way he was drawn there. Also, this music for him is great. I was thinking about it, they didn't talk about. I just realized Arc 4 doesn't talk about the other wife stuff in there. Or the other stuff he's attempted to do. But oh, I wonder if they explain in this episode why her number is lower. Ooh, I wonder if they explain that. Also, I want to hear her voice because she's also this is a very good character. I don't remember if her VA was announced yet, but it does sound familiar. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not a VA I've heard, but it sounds familiar. I'll have to look it up after. Yep, there it is. The birds. Dude, okay, yeah. So, I mean, they might show more of it, which, from what I understood, there might actually be more because I saw some stuff with the end of the volume as I looked through. But dude, I'm so excited when they get to reveal the number stuff because it's just like, oh, right. It's so good. I love this arc. I really do love this arc so much. I'm always kind of surprised when it's like low on people's list. Not to say like people can have their own opinions and thoughts. Obviously, everybody can. I'm gonna have my own and everything. Uh, I know my arc 4 ranking, even though I do really love it, uh, surprised some people, either for better or for worse. Um, And occasional, I guess, character rankings as well. I need to go back on that opening at some point later. I keep saying that, but like I need to go frame by frame. I do love that they show all of them like side by side, like the cultists and everything with the opening. Um, but I was mentioning, uh, yeah, but this arc I'm always kind of surprised about when it's low for people because it's just like it is really good. You get a lot of characters here they get developed on already, and they just like kind of it feels like almost not really a middle point because it's not the middle point of the series, but it's like it almost feels like the perfect middle point. Hmm. Is that the first time they give him the nickname in the anime? Because they call him that a decent bit, but I don't remember if they said it before. They might have. Honestly, oh wait, no, you know what? Liliana likely said it, and I just did not remember because that actually does sound like something she mentioned. Roy, they're giving you a lot of good animation for being Roy. Although he gives him the nickname and everything. Oh, that's good. Wow, so we are gonna get right to the scene, huh? Yep, here it is. Okay, so yeah, that proves that she did take on a different appearance. Cause I thought so, cause her design doesn't necessarily look like her design looks odd if you were to say like a child, but like yeah, no, she takes on a specific appearance. And then she's gonna start talking and you're gonna hear. Yep, you can literally hear the same sort of voice there. It's so good. And then show me the flies. Show me the flies. Show me the most disturbing shit. Yep, there it is. And that's what you hear over the radio in the previous episode, which I fucking love that they put in there as a detail. And now it's time for Krush to job. Very unfortunately. So the fact that she changed forms implies that they're gonna do the scene by the end of this with her speech. That is really cool that she does the fucking like Yakuza like take off the oh dude, her animation. Dude, they are animating her so well. Are they gonna show? Yeah, they're showing her get hit so that they can show. Yeah. Dude, they are not holding back on her gore, which I like. Because, I mean, hers doesn't really matter. And there's the tail. Again, I am very happy about this because this is just my favorite villain in the series. So I am happy she gets to have like some of the best animation here. This is her big moment so far. Oh, dude. Oh, and there's the yep. Oh, she's gonna slam him into the ground. Oh my dude. This is like so much more brutal than I remember it being. Yup, the light is exactly what I was hoping for. It's still this scene. Yup. Yep, and uh and then there's yeah, her turning into Crush. I like that it's like that. Oh my god, they made it perfect. They actually made this perfect. I love it. The fact that she rips off the skin and becomes Crush and then blah, and then becomes the oh, that has me so excited for I think it's volume 4. People who know what I'm talking about. I'm so excited for that because I can't wait to see people's reaction to that. Volume 4, I'm gonna actively look up reactions to. Because that one's gonna be good. I'm so curious of what people are gonna think. Oh, and then her voice just dude. Her expressions are doing so perfectly. And then this is the shot from the trailer. Oh, and there's the yeah. I was waiting to see that animated for so damn long. Oh, dude, her anger as well. Also done perfectly. Oh, they did that perfectly. They had her actually get angry. Good. Because that's what she's supposed to do in that scene. And there it is. There it is. That proves it. And then, yep, changes her voice. I knew it. I dude. Oh, I knew that she actually changed her voice in the scene, but I couldn't fully tell. She changes her appearance, but I couldn't fully tell about voice. I'm so glad they changed the voice as well. I don't think they ever actually mention it in the actual novel, but I think it was mentioned in the Q&A thing of she changes her appearance based on essentially also holy shit. Oh, dude, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. This is perfect. This is already like a 10 to me for this episode. This is perfect. They're adapting her perfectly. Oh, dude. Dude, that was brutal. Oh. Oh, she actually rips off the leg. I was under the impression she just made a wound. Once again, the leg wound is not what I remembered it being at first. And then, yep, or bites it rather. Oh, it's fucking. Oh, dude. Ooh. Oh, and it's pulsate. Oh, it's like it's boiling. Oh, it's animated perfectly. Yeah, here we go. Oh, and we're going. Yeah, you know what? I guess this also does happen. Dude, it's so damn good. I was gonna mention, yeah, so I think it was mentioned in a Q&A sort of thing, I believe. Of she changes her appearance based on visual cues. So if if your nose moves a little bit, if your mouth moves, whatever it may be, uh, she changes it based on that. And it's like the slightest thing, like it is so minute, but she just goes off that. Okay, I saw this in one of the previews and it was really funny. That said, I am curious what happens here because I don't fully remember this. Oh wait, never mind. Dude, Capella scenes there. Oh my god. I'm sure some people who know me are just like expecting me to be very happy about that, and I am. He was made as a perfect scumbag there. Oh, now it's gonna happen because I remember this is where it was. Yep. I just on my feed I saw them standing there as an impact frame. Oh, Sirius shows up. Really? There's somebody else who I was expecting there because Kiritaka and all that. Um, but you know what? This works too. Dude, this episode is just like so damn good. Oh, there they are. Actually, cool to see them be active because I remember in the I remember for the web novel they're kind of inactive, so it's cool to see them actually help out here, regardless of the injury. I was kind of wondering for a second if we were going to see something, but no, that's going to be later. That's also probably going to be volume 4. I don't remember which of they might not have even shown him. He might not even be there, but I know one of those dudes is important for a certain character, and we don't know why yet. But yeah, so a lot of this stuff happens way early. Because like I know this, for example, from what I know, is not actually in volume 2. This is just straight up volume 3, like even in the light novel. But very cool of them to show it here. Oh wait, yeah, I remember now. But yeah, for a second I was like, yeah, I forgot Otto actually shows up here and helps out. And for some reason I was just like, oh, is this supposed to be like Capella just keeping an eye on everybody? But no. They might actually end with the same cliffhanger that or that the web novel ended with, which if so, double thumbs up, right? I'm happy with that. Dude, honestly, it is legitimately shocking they showed, the whole, like, grabbing hair, splitting head in half. I'm, like, still thinking about that, especially because, like, it's something Depez mentioned of, like, I guess it's not actually Amelia, but it's something Teppei has mentioned of he doesn't want her to die on screen because it's like a significant sort of thing, right? Which makes sense. There's the first death in the like start of the series, and then there's um Arc 3 with the like one with the heart stopping and everything. Well, maybe not heart stopping because I guess blood's coming through the mouth, but um, more like heart being destroyed. Um, but like there's those two, but you don't see anything else. There's always implication that she's dead, right? But never necessarily anything more than that. So I'm a little bit surprised that they showed imagery of that because it's like, huh. But again, it's Capella, so it does make sense. This is a fucked up person, and it's also not actually Amelia. Ooh, excuse me. Oh, there they are. Mm. Oh, this is the. Wait, they actually. Whoa, hold up. Dude. Oh, this is a different type of cliffhanger than I was expecting. They're gonna show the ending, aren't they? They're not gonna. Yeah. Whoa, okay. Um, dude. That is not what. What fucking differences does the light novel? I really do need to read through Arc 6 before that gets an adaptation. Because holy shit. Like, first of all, the place being flooded, I do not remember at all. Right? Because especially because that was like one of the big risks is if the place is flooded, that's fucked. Uh and then him being carried out by the dragon is something I don't remember either. Because from what I remember with the web novel, Capella, bites her wrist, opens it up, puts the blood in them. Subaru mentions, I want to die and stuff like that, and then it just boom, cliffhanger. I like that he comes out of the water like a I don't know what to really say, like a turtle sort of yokai sort of thing. I'm kind of curious if they have an after credits because it's like I am completely unfamiliar with what the fuck was going on there for the last minute or two. That is not something I remember. We do. Okay. It says preview. I mean, I'll still. No, this is not a fuck. Crunchyroll. Also, yeah, holy shit, the city. I do. Yeah, there's the third broadcast because I remember that also happens. Dude. Yeah, they do mention the city being in like devastation, but the implication is just because of the scenario of just like yeah, there's a lot of dudes. Oh, this is where they mention it. Okay, no complaints, zero complaints. This is where they mention the demands. Oof. Oh, what a way to end it. Wow, okay, now I'm curious as well. Because I have no fucking clue where we go from here. I have like actually especially because of like what's supposed to happen. So we're done volume 2 now. We're now going into volume 3. Because of what volume 3 starts with, let me stop all this. Um Let me reset that actually, because I have to watch Bleach after. Um so now I'm curious because based on what I know with everything, volume 3 is still supposed to be close by, I believe, in terms of all these events and shit like that. Dude, I don't even know what's happened. Cause like I don't remember the city being flooded. That might be a change from the light novel, but I don't remember the city being flooded. That's really damn interesting. I mean, like I said, there was a lot of stuff in there, like fucking the whole leg being ripped off. I didn't realize happened, but honestly, it makes sense. Um, oh man, I am. Oh, that was good. That episode was easily a 10. Like episodes so far have been very entertaining. That one was a 10. Like that is one I am hoping people talk about for the next long while about like this show and everything, and just about how tense this shit feels, right? Oh, that was good. That was good. Speaking as somebody who has Capella as like my favorite villain, that was good. They made her an absolute scumbag. They made every other scenario feel desperate, and then the flooding and all that. Oh, oh, that was so good. I'm like sitting here still floored, like holy shit, that was such a good episode, man. Fuck. Ah, I can't get over it. I really can't get over it. That was so damn good. I'm so excited for Volume 4. I keep saying it, but like, and I know, like I said, some people will know what I mean. Volume 4 is gonna have some crazy shit, and I can't fucking wait till we get there because it's like, ooh, Capella's gonna get some good ass shit. It's oh, I'm actually curious if the voice is gonna change for Volume 4. I'm thinking about that now. I'm thinking about how they just handled Amelia. I think her voice is gonna change when we get to Volume 4. And when we do, oh, I like I said, I'm gonna actively look up reactions to that because I want to see what people think. It's so unfortunate. I want to mention this, by the way. It's so unfortunate that the illustration for that volume doesn't actually show it properly. Like I saw some people saying Otsuka, like the illustrator for the series, might not actually read it and might just get like notes on what to draw, whatever it may be. Uh, Considering how they handled some stuff with Roy, and honestly, considering that volume 4 illustration, I think that might be true. I think that might be true. I think it might just show, oh yeah, this character, and it might not say anything further. And yes, sometimes that also will depend on the notes, because if the notes are more descriptive, obviously more can happen. But I think it wouldn't be surprising if part of that is also just straight up like, oh yeah, because they might not read it, it might result in the thing of like, well, as a result, we get an illustration that's not entirely accurate, right? So I'm really hoping when we get there, we get to see that morphing properly, and then the voice might morph, and people are gonna sit there and freak the fuck out because of what she turns into. Oh, oh, it's gonna be so good, and it's also gonna like clear something up for later, which is gonna be really nice. Um, but I am really happy they also changed the voice and had Amelia's VA, like Rie Takahashi, have her voice Capella there temporarily. I'm so glad they did that. Right, this is something I saw as a complaint to stuff like Dragon Ball, for example. Which listen, I love Dragon Ball, but one thing I'm not huge on is body change with stuff like Ginyu, for example. Right, it's like, oh, here's Ginyu using body change and all that, and then the voices stay the same. It's like, oh yeah, here's Ginyu's voice in Goku, and it's like, Why is he voicing Goku though? Shouldn't it be Goku technically taking on the same tone as Ginyu, and then Ginyu taking on the same tone as Goku? That makes more sense, right? I love that at least here we did keep that sort of rule of, yeah, she changes into Amelia, therefore Amelia's voice. And like I said, that has me excited for later because that means I know damn well what that voice is going to turn into, and I'm so excited. Um, oh, dude, I'm on the edge of my seat now. It's gonna be a while. It's not even gonna be till like the next core. Like it should be noted, it's not even gonna be till like February or March that we're even gonna see what I'm talking about. And I'm excited already. I want to see that so damn bad. Fuck. Dude, they just had to confirm it with this episode, and it's just like, yeah, that's it. That's all they had to do. I will say it's a little. I mean, I guess it's supposed to be intentional. She doesn't change her voice when she becomes Krush. Because I was a little bit like, thinking about it, I am a little bit surprised that it's like, oh yeah, she doesn't take on Krush's voice, but it does make sense because she intentionally does it for Amelia. When she becomes Krush, it's flashing by a bunch of faces. It's literally her doing this, becoming another face, grabbing it, ripping it off, becoming Krush, and then essentially like kind of vomiting up the like child she became. So it's not surprising that she doesn't necessarily have Krush's voice there, but like Amelia, for example, who she intentionally transformed to like fully. Which I also love that it's the same sort of outfit. I do want to go back. It's the same sort of outfit. Um, dude, her expressions when she gets angry here are so good. I love that it's the same sort of outfit, but it's different. Right? There's details she gets wrong, and that's awesome. Like legitimately, again, that has me excited for way later for like volume 4 and stuff like that, because you know what that actually makes me wonder in regards to volume 4. It's going to make me wonder, is A, she's going to get some details wrong, right, which seems like the less likely option, or B, she gets every detail right because she knows. Because this is the thing, right? It would be the difference between Amelia and is the fact that Amelia, she doesn't really know, but she's going based off of visual, changes in Subaru's face or body or whatever it may be that indicate that let her transform into it, right? Whereas with that's kind of the thing of, no, she knows how they're dressed, so she doesn't necessarily have to do too much effort to try and change. She knows every detail of the outfit. Ooh, like outfit, hair, voice. She probably knows everything, right? This is somebody who has some fucked up methods that obviously would be able to learn eventually. Dude, so I don't even get to talk about it yet, right? That's the most frustrating part. I don't even get to talk about it yet. But when we get there, holy shit. Ooh. I wonder how other people feel, right? Like, because I know there's obviously people who are like have the other villains as their favorites, and they also got some absurd treatment already throughout the season, and I'm curious on how excited they were as this went on, right? Like stuff like Sirius and stuff like that with the first and second episode and all that sort of stuff, and maybe even like a bit of the third, right? I'm curious how like somebody who's a big fan of Sirius would feel seeing all that, right? Like, this is good. I'm happy. I'm a happy man. I'm real happy. It's good. Oh, I'm so excited for later. I'm so excited for ah, dude. I keep talking about it, but volume 4 is gonna kick ass for that part. It's gonna be so good in animated form. I know I'm getting my hopes up super hard here in a sense, but like, dude, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good. I'm excited. Ooh, so we're on the third volume officially now, which has some really great moments. Um, I will say this is the slower end of arc 5 in a certain sense. There's a lot of big stuff that still happens with this volume. Um, and it's not like volume 1 where we're just getting familiarized with the location and everything. But if you were to compare like 2 to 5, right? Volume 2 to volume 5, this, like volume 3, which is the next episode, right? What we're starting with there, this is like the partially like it's faster in the sense that it's probably the shortest out of all the volumes, I'm pretty sure. Um, and then also it's kind of like the most tame, or not really tame, but like it's very simple. We're not at heavy action yet and all this sort of stuff. And there is tense stuff there, right? There's a lot of tense stuff there, but it doesn't feel as tense as stuff like what's happening here, right? I'm obviously not going to go into details, but I do want to mention that sort of stuff just as a fun little like teaser for people, right? Um, yeah. So next volume's still going to be really good. This is going to be, once again similar to what volume was one was in a sense, and like prior to the first death. Uh, it is essentially like the calm before the storm. It's our second calm before the storm. Uh, but yeah, this is it's gonna be quite interesting. We're probably gonna end with this volume. Like we're likely not going into the actual stuff that happens later. The only thing I could see them doing is they might, just might, do some of the stuff later, but kind of give a cliffhanger for everybody. And if they give a cliffhanger for everybody, I don't have to wait for volume 4. Because that event will happen at the same time as everybody else's event. So, you know, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with it. I would love to see people theorizing on what the fuck is going on there before we, get into bigger details with it and stuff like that. But I'd be cool with that. Yeah. With that said, I guess that's it for this reaction. I am excited. I am very excited. It should be obvious, but ooh, ooh, that's some actual joy in me. Ooh, I gotta text my pal Dosh after this. I gotta tell him Volume 4 is gonna kick ass because it's gonna it's gonna have one of the best parts of her character in there. Oh, it's gonna have one of the parts that allude to one of the best parts of her character and why she's such a scumbag. Ooh, well, not why necessarily. It's not necessarily why, but it shows some of the like biggest details in regards to that. Um, or not you know what I mean. The biggest details of her being a scumbag rather than why, right? That's more so what I mean. Okay, I think we should end off there because I also have to get to my Bleach reaction. I'm taking a while with this. Both of them at this point are gonna be like an hour long. I don't know actually because I don't know how the Bleach reaction is gonna go. Uh, with that said, take care. Have yourselves a great day, night, whatever it may be. I guess I am like uploading this probably at like 8 o'clock or something. Uh, yeah, it might be 7:30 my time. Who knows? We'll see. Uh, I mean, hey, if you're watching this tomorrow, happy Halloween. Honestly, this episode almost lined up with Halloween in Japan. Oh, this episode lines up with Halloween in Japan. Essentially, because I mean, it would be like 9 their time. It'd be like 9 p.m. or something their time, but that might, it's a little close to that, because I think it's 9:30 a.m. that these episodes come out our time. But that's 9:30 p.m. their time, right? I'm pretty sure because I think it's like 12 hours. I'm going based off EST, right? And I think it's 12 hours or something like that. Um, which is also why like a lot of like, like if you order something from Japan, you kind of get a notification at like the middle of the night because like that's kind of when they're active essentially. All right. This is kind of perfect for them. This is kind of perfect. They pretty much got this episode on Halloween. That's really good. I kind of wish we could have gotten it as well on Halloween, but you know what? Day before still works. All right. With that said, take care. Have yourselves a great night. Happy Halloween if you're watching this tomorrow. You know, once again, great episode to do so. And yeah, I will see you all with the next reaction. I'm excited, like I mentioned, but I will see you all then. So again, take care. Have a great night. We'll see you later, peeps.